Silence isn't violence. Violence is violence. It's shocking, I know. But if you look up the definition of the word, more often than not, you will see the phrase physical force. Now, to be sure, there are times when your silence is morally questionable, maybe even morally incorrect. There are times when silence is morally correct, times when it's morally neutral. And yeah, sometimes your silence makes you a coward. And I get it if people want to make the argument that silence creates a hotbed for violence to continue, but that's not what you said. You said silence is violence. Moreover, when violence is occurring, when actual atrocities are happening, very often they are not stopped by mere words, which means that your silence probably isn't allowing them to continue. Violence usually requires an opposing, stronger, better force to stop it. So let's stop with the silence is violence stuff. I'm not encouraging you to be a coward, but pithy phrases like this are not only definitionally and morally incorrect, they're also dangerous because they intentionally conflate the perpetrators of violence with people who are just not saying words. Regardless of whether those people are first-hand witnesses, regardless of whether they could have done anything to stop the violence, it does not take into account context. Are you someone who's watching someone be brutally murdered in front of you and you're not calling for help or calling the cops after? Because that's one situation. Or are you just an individual thousands of miles away who doesn't want to post your every stupid opinion on social media, who doesn't want to go to the march or raise the fist, etc.? Because that's an entirely different situation, and yet it's the one that we apply this phrase to most often. There are a whole bunch of people who have no business talking about a whole bunch of things, and yet they have the right to speak. They also have the right to remain silent.